Right, just looking at the controller on the MX03. I've taken the cover off, fairly straightforward, 4 screws. I've dropped the chain here to make access a bit easier. Now I'm going to replace the controller with one that's got the brake cut off, and then reconnect the brake cut off wires. So I'm just going through, making sure I document exactly where all the wires are and how it's fitted into the controller box at the back, so that I don't have any problems when I reassemble it. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually just going to disconnect each connection one at a time from the old controller, and then reconnect the connection to the new controller. So I'm just literally taking it a stage at a time. That way I shouldn't get too confused with what wires go where. Anyway, that's the plan. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I'm about to change the controller. So you don't really need any fancy kit apart from cross-headed screwdriver. I've got a small flat-headed screwdriver here, a pair of scissors for cutting the cable ties, and some spare cable ties here. I've got some tape. I'm not sure if I need to use this, but I've got it anyway. I've got a little cleaned out yogurt pot that I can put the screws and stuff so that I don't lose it. And I've taken the battery out here to give me a bit more access. I've already removed the cover at the back, so I'm just going to check through and remove the chain as well. I just dropped it, so I'm just checking from the other side now to make sure when I reassemble it, it's going to be in the same position here. So as I'm videoing that, that gives me something to refer to once I reassemble. But as I said before, I'm just going to replace each connection one at a time to the new controller. So the new controller's down here. It's a couple extra connections here for the brake cut-off wires. Now I've previously installed the brake cut-offs here. Had to remove the handlebar grips here, slide them off, basically just pulling. It was actually easier than I thought, and then replace with this handlebar, this brake lever here. Oh yeah, I had to remove the old ones. I think that's why I had to take the brake levers off, and the handlebar grips off to remove the old ones. So the new ones actually just screw on. It's a clamp either side, Allen keys. I followed the existing line down to the brakes. Put the brakes on. Just replaced literally, undid old brakes, put in the new brakes, making sure not to pop the pads. And then the problem was with the wire here, the cut-off wire. I wanted to get it inside the frame to follow down here. So what I did, I had a long bit of a stiff wire that I basically put into the tube and down to there, put it up, and then I put a bit of tape, taped the end of the connections of the brake cut-off wire connections to this stiff wire, and then carefully pulled the wire through. that brought the wires for the cutoff to this point here. I've actually put them in out the way until I assemble the end of the connections to the controller here. So that's basically what I've done. So this is a new controller here. So I'm not sure if it's the same number. Let's check that. Okay, so we've got brushless motor controller MX03. This is L. The old one says L, ZF 48 volts. So this one is MX01 that doesn't have the L, and then 26 inch. I assume that's the possibly the tires, and then M5, which is a controller, 500 watt, 1000 watt, battery voltage 48 volts, cutoffs 37 volts, current limit 18 amps. So let's check and see what I've got here. It's up there. Right, I'm just going to replace each one at a time, and hopefully at the end I haven't mixed in the wires up. So that's what I'm doing. So wish me luck.